What is going on? Yes, I am back live. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you like the stream as you come in. You see the title, you know what we're going to talk about. On plays instrumentals, of course, I'm going to come back with my commentary.
Perfect.
Yo, what's going on, fam? I'm your host, Jada Black. Salute to everybody that's here early. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like the stream, though. We want to get those likes up. Even the people that don't like me, who watch anyway, don't know why, you can like the stream, too, because we have some things that we definitely need to discuss. I know I didn't do a live stream yesterday, but I want to do one today. I want to get back to some red pill content. You know, even though everything I speak on can be that, but I want to talk about it from a dating perspective because I'm seeing some things from some of these females, man, and it just shows why they can't get into a relationship, you know? Accountability must be had. But shout out to everybody. Let's go ahead and get those shout outs to everybody that's here early. What's going on, Monty, Edwin, True, La Original, The Good Nurse, Jay Wolf. Let's see, True, Nick, Tate Man, Renee, Gemini. Let's see, Chris, Sean, T Malone, Mellow Bird, William, Lord Justice, Young Coder, Wayne was good. So good material. Let's see, Y Valentine, V Coast, Ant, Justin. Appreciate that, Justin. Thanks, Nick. Tyler T, Rick. Make sure y'all like the stream. We're going to get into it, man. We're going to talk about why struggle dating is a you problem. We're going to get into that. But there's some things I got to talk about first. While people are still getting here, I'm going to give them a little opportunity. I'm going to give them a little bit of opportunity to get here on time because a lot of people be getting here late. I know people are working depending on what coast you're from. We all know that. Maybe some people that are skipping over this stream, you know. It's lucky I don't just put it on Patreon or put it on private. You know. Gmail, the unknown, what's up? But yeah, struggle dating as you apply. I want to get into some stuff first, though. Let me talk about real quick this Trump impeachment thing that is being dragged on. This just shows me why I don't like politics, because you got a lot of establishment people who want to see things stay the way it is. They don't want to see nothing change. They want to see everything stay the way it is. They continue to grow old and gray in their, Senate or congressional seats and make money, pimp out their own districts in order to do so. What's good, Tevin? Dame. And I just want people to understand that the media has a way of painting somebody into a villain. You can go from being a hero to a villain. That's what they did with Trump. That's why you see people against him, even though before he became president, you did not see all this vitriol. The guy had been in the media for so long. It wasn't like he was hidden. But that's the power of the media, and that's why people need to stop watching network television, because it's bought and paid for. It turns people from regular citizens to villains. I've seen the media dox people because they made memes that they didn't like. That's what they do, man. And when I see people, especially black people, who want to build movements like ADOS, and you got Tariq Nasheed with his Foundational Black Americans. It just shows me that we are very tribal, and we're not going to get anywhere. Tribalism will not get us very far. It's good, Marco. Saliva. All this tribalism is going to do us in. It's going to do us in eventually. That is why people have to educate themselves and do the research on their own instead of following behind people because they have charisma. Because people with charisma will still lead you down the same wrong paths as anybody else. That's why you must do your own research. It's good, Janie. So yes, I don't talk politics anymore, because to me, it's not worth talking, because it's a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The same could be said for, dating market. There's a lot of back and forth going on. I was sent this video. Make sure y'all like the stream. I'm gonna keep saying it. I was sent this video, right, by somebody on Twitter. And it was of a female content creator. I don't know. I've told y'all about sending me videos from female content creators, But y'all, you got people that will still send me content from these female content creators they claim they don't like. So they sent me this video of this female, okay? And she is talking about riding or dying, basically talking about how, women, especially black women, shouldn't be seeking struggle love, and how black men are promoting struggle love. First off, I'm not promoting struggle love at all. I promote self-love over struggle love any day of the week. But unfortunately, you have a lot of women who chase behind the wrong type of men, and they chase behind these men until these men no longer want to deal with them. Treats them badly. And I'm watching all these women get on social media and point the finger as if it's just, if they just had a different type of man of a different race, everything would be different. And then some of these people will claim to be pro-black. And I'm saying, how are you pro-black, but you're telling other black women they should date outside their race, and that's gonna cure all their ills? But what they don't understand is men are men. It's just from different cultures, different values. But men are men at the end of the day, and these women end up finding out the hard way. You have to change your standards, change who you are and what you want. It seems to me that you're attracted to those dysfunctional men, and you want those same dysfunctional men that you shouldn't be dating. You want them to change, but they refuse to change. And that's why you got people. That's why you have these females who want to blame men for why their dating life has not gone very well. The struggle dating that's been going on, the struggle relationships. It's very easy to avoid dysfunctional people. All you have to do is be around a person for 5 or 10 minutes, and they're going to show you who they are. Trust me. They're going to be red flags. Nobody hides who they are before, and again, people can change course. You know what I'm saying? People can always change up. We know that happens, but if you're going to date somebody, you have to understand that you have to do research into people. You have to understand that person's personality. You can't just hop into a relationship with somebody without getting to know them. And you got too many women who do that. They get into relationships with guys and they don't really understand them or know them. That's a good point, Jana. You know that dude is dysfunctional, but you think you can change him. You think you can change him and make him into somebody different. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to struggle with your mental stability trying to stay with somebody who clearly don't want to be changed. There's too much of that going on. There's too many stubborn women out here who still choose to date men they know they shouldn't be dating, but they don't want to hear it. And I've said this before. How many times have a lot of you females that are watching, have people warned you about the guy that you were dating and you didn't listen to them? You didn't listen to them. You didn't listen to them. You decided to date him anyway, even though he can't stay out of jail, even though he has a bunch of baby mamas, even though he is known to put hands on people. You date him anyway because you think you can change him. You think you can change him. If you're struggle dating, it's a you problem. Because you can stop that by stop dealing with guys who you know are not ready for relationships or marriages. And what I've also noticed is that they try to equate struggle dating with, melanated men, which is laughable because there are women of all different racial groups that deal with relationships where they are quote unquote struggling. That's when they learn to get out of those relationships and no longer deal with those type of people. Look at Sierra. Look at the woman that y'all put up on a pedestal, right? Sierra went from dating Future to dating Russell Wilson, but you don't hear a peep out of her relationship being dysfunctional. Did she have to hop the fence to do that? No. She made a bad decision and decided that she wanted to make up for that by getting with somebody who genuinely cared about her. What's good, Patricia? Why can't some of these other females do the same? You know why? Because they like dating men like Future. This is why Future has as many baby mamas as he has now. Because you know that this guy is a certain way and you deal with him anyway. That is a you problem. That is a you problem. That's you refusing to change because you want to continue to date the same type of men, and what's going to end up happening, you're going to get the same type of results. And that's what we have. You see, us as men, we have to be realistic with ourselves when it comes to women. You know? We have to be realistic because we can't afford to make mistakes, especially if we have a lot to lose. If we have a lot to lose, we're not going to be picking and choosing. We're not going to continue to choose the same type of women. Eventually, we're going to switch up because we have a lot to lose. We know that we have to change. We know that we got to deal. We know we have to do better. So we don't want to continue to make the same mistake over and over again because we don't want to continue to have to deal with starting over, especially, again, if we have a lot to lose, which means that you have women choosing men who don't have a lot to lose. They're choosing men who don't bring anything to the relationship. So it's easy for him to leave it. It's easy for him to leave it. What we have in society now, okay? What we have in society now, we have people, we have complainers and we have doers. People who are doers are people who are willing to go out there and do the work to fix themselves financially, physically, emotionally. And then you got the people who are complainers. All they're going to do is complain and virtue signal because they don't see anything wrong with themselves. Something is wrong with everybody else. Everything is wrong with everybody else. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They just got to go and hop the fence. They just got to go and choose a Caucasian man. Even though you have those same Caucasian women dissing and calling those same men out. You know, trying to defeat the patriarchy. Turning to feminism and social activism to go against the men in their own community. Okay. Those are the type of men you're running to. Men who their own women see them as weak. That's why they're going at them. So I just want people to understand that unless you're able to look yourself in the mirror and figure out your own situation, you're not going to be able to have what you're looking for. Shout out to Marco. It will be a struggle to pick up the fatone in black. Was it to pick up the fat one in black? Appreciate that. Oh, is it to be a struggle to pick up the fat one in black? I see what you're saying. But man, listen, if you gonna level up, stop talking about leveling up and level up. You know, just level up. That's all you got to do. Stop talking about it and actually do it. What's good, Marie? Make sure y'all like the stream too. What's good, RJ? Vern85, I see you. Shout out to Aunt Sam. Speak on it, but they hate to hear it. Truth hurts. Yeah, it do, man. That's why they will come to the video and try to make it seem like I'm dissing women. I'm disrespecting them. I have the very wrong perspective. I don't understand them. We do all the messing up. They do nothing. They do nothing wrong. They're good people. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've all heard it before. But you do nothing to fix the situation and remedy it. That is why you have to dig deep and really look at yourself and really figure out what can I do next to avoid, bad relationships, So unless we're able to have that long, deep conversation with ourselves, we're not going to be able to improve as people. Your relationships are not going to improve. You know, I just hope a lot of women understand I have no disdain towards you at all. You know, I just want you to have more of a realistic viewpoint on society and understand that in order to do better, you have to want better. You can't just virtue signal on social media and talk about how you don't like struggle dating or struggle love or you're going to level up when you've been talking about it for years and you haven't even done it yet. That sends a message that you don't believe your BS. You don't believe it. You don't believe what you're saying. You're just saying it just to fit in, just to feel good about yourself in that moment. But we all know when you're trying to get the D, you're going to call that same dysfunctional guy that you claim you don't like 6 days out the week. But it's going to be that one day when you're going to want some company. And guess who you going to call? The same dude that you claim you're trying to level up from. This is why guys say what they say about you. This is why guys are able to date you and not bring anything to the relationship, because he knows as long as he's able to give you that good vitamin D, you're going to take him back. You're going to deal with his dysfunction. He's going to be able to talk you into giving him, 10th chance, because he know you ain't going nowhere. He knows mentally he's already got you. It's the low self-esteem that keeps you with him. It's your own lust that keeps you with him. And the fact that you don't want to be proven wrong about that relationship, so you stay longer and longer with somebody that you should have walked away from a long time ago. Now, I know there's a lot more single women out there than they have been before, because women have embraced feminist ideology. They've embraced an ideology that is only going to keep them perpetually single, keep them perpetually competing with men. You can't compete with men. You're getting an advantage when it comes to getting jobs. You're getting an advantage when it comes to getting promotions. It's not like you're out competing anybody. But with that mindset, once again, you're not going to get with a guy on your level, quote unquote, because he's going to understand women like you. He works with women like you. He don't want to date women like you. And you think that you can't get men on your level. You say, well, they're scared to date me. No, they have dealt with you in the workplace. They've dealt with you in social gatherings, and they don't want to wife you up, because they see that there's nothing in it for them that's going to benefit them whatsoever. They see that you're done. There's no redeeming qualities about you. And some of these women are young, and they're already done in the eyes of most eligible men out here, no matter what racial group they're from. And they get upset. They get upset with us, especially us as melanated men, because they need somebody to blame. They're not going to blame themselves. They're going to blame everybody else. Well, not everybody else is going to blame melanated men because they're the easiest to blame. Shout out to Michael Dwayne. Keep doing your thing, Jay. Peace and love. Appreciate it, man. So we really have to look at these things, Really have to look at the fact that we got to practice what we preach. If you're going to say that you're going to level up. Don't just say you're going to level up. That doesn't help your case. It really doesn't. If you want to be single for the rest of your life, do so, but you can't be out here trying to change people instead of changing yourself first. You got to look at where you are. What's good, Torrin? Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate it. We really got to talk about this. There's a lot of women that are just struggling out here, and they refuse to really listen to us. Because listen, I have no hatred towards women whatsoever. I don't hate or dislike women at all. I'm just giving you, criticism. Just like y'all give black men criticism every single day. I'm in this one stream giving you criticism because I truly believe that the reason why you can't have a long-term relationship is because you refuse to change who you are. That's a good point, Greg. Yeah, they're not single. Right. No woman is single. Got about that. I've been saying that for years. No woman is single. Yeah, man. You got like this one female I heard. She said that she got men constantly hitting on her, constantly trying to get her number, constantly trying to take her out on a date. And it's like, okay, so you should be able to pick out the bunch, the guys who are eligible. What's going on? Unfortunately for you sisters, you're coming across men who just want to sleep with you. Unfortunately, something in your spirit just says, man, let me just smash. And that's about it. But I'm telling you right now, man, if you think that by hopping the fence, that's going to cure the lust that men have to sleep with you, I highly doubt that's going to happen. Shout out to Saliva 811. Said black women and black men don't like each other. We look to white people for relief and less headache and pain, but things ain't what it seems. I agree, and that's true, man. We need to stop doing that. I don't look to white women for anything. Okay? I don't need a white woman to validate me as a man or to make me feel good. I don't. But some people need whiteness. Some people put whiteness on a pedestal. It's awkward as fuck seeing people, especially if you know them, that be putting whiteness on the pedestal. It's weird, it's sick, and it needs to stop. Shout out to Aunt Sam. I support you and your content. These point of views need to be said. Appreciate that, Aunt. And I'm going to say them because I know that it gets through to people. Some people may not like what I say. Some people may like what I say, But we are going to have these conversations. I just find it hilarious how you have females who think that they're going to date non-black men as if non-black men don't just smash white girls and don't date them or don't wife them. I find that hilarious. If they're going to treat their own women like excuse my language, but a cum dumpster, how do you think they're going to treat you, Miss Black Woman? How do you think they're going to treat you? How do you really think they're going to, if they treat their own women like shit, how do you think they're going to treat you? You think they're going to treat you any better? In the beginning, they may. The same could be said with these brothers who chase after these white girls. Understand that, she has quirks and she may see you as a thing, just to say that she did it. You got to be very careful of how you put people on a pedestal. Stop putting people who already have self-esteem and identity issues. White people very much so have identity issues, and you trying to be like them, you're trying to emulate them, even trying to look like them. It's just a travesty. But I just find it funny how they think that these guys are gonna treat them better than treat their own women. I've seen white dudes treat white girls like shit. Okay, But hey, if you want to buy into the dream, if you want to buy into the dream that's being sold, do you? But I'm telling you, sisters, man, stop listening to these bitter women tell y'all need to go and quote unquote stop struggle dating or struggle love. Go date outside, because them women ain't. First of all, them women are just hurt, and they're gonna have you even more hurt than they are when you find out that what they're saying is bullshit. Shout out to Patricia Quick. I appreciate it. Appreciate Patricia Quick with that. So we really got to look at this, man. Stop putting other racial groups on a pedestal, man. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's above criticism. Nobody is above doing things that they shouldn't. But we got way too much people, way too many people here who are putting whiteness on the pedestal, and it's a damn shame, you know. I mean, but if that's what you like, I mean, it is what it is. But oh yeah. You had this one female. You had this one female. What's good, Janie? I see you. You had this one female, right? She claims that she's pro-black. Again, you know, somebody again sent me a video today. She says she's pro-black, but she's in support of black women dating outside their race. And I'm like, what? What is going on? How are you pro-black? Like, come on, man. Like seriously? So you're pro-black, but you're telling these women they need to date outside their race. Oh my God. I want y'all to understand, she's not in the minority. I think that goes on more than people believe. How you got your fist in the air, but you want these sisters to date interracially? That to me makes no sense. Put your fist down, hop the fucking fence, and stop trying to give advice. Because obviously you're not that good at it. And again, I have heard this before. I know other females. I've heard other females talk about how they're pro-black, they're for the community, but they're telling these women they need to get a white man. I guess there's nothing more pro-black for black females to be with a white man or non-black man. This shit is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. What is going on out here? I'm telling you, you got these females' minds are fucked up. I'm telling you, something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. Right, Janie Boo? And that's the thing. The white, most of these black feminists who got their black fists in the air, a lot of them are with white women. Y'all notice these black, pro-black feminists are with white women? Is that any coincidence? Or with white men? They're either with white men or white women. Have y'all noticed these black feminists? They're either lesbians or they got them a white man. And then they will justify it by saying that black men either didn't want them or it was a situation where, black men didn't want them, or they said they want to exercise their options. Black men date white women. Shout out to Saliva 811 again. I used to put white women on the pedestal because I never got along with black women in my hood because I was considered corny and lame, but I learned since. Okay, well, that's interesting. So you put them on a pedestal and now you're no longer doing that, okay? I see your perspective, experience, things that we do in life and experience, it shapes who we are, you know what I'm saying? And experiences either helps us grow as people or it hurts us. But yeah, we definitely have experiences that we deal with and learn from it and can shape us as people, But I think that women can do a whole lot better than putting different races on the pedestal. Go out there and find you a man that actually gives a fuck about you and see how that works. But in this culture, man, the rappers are considered the standard, or men who see themselves as rappers. The young girl that got her life was taken in Georgia. The female who allegedly did it with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was a so-called rapper. So she put up with his BS because she thought he was gonna make it out the hood. End up happening, all they did was get themselves caught up in the system for a very long time. This is why we have to take our experiences and try to fix who we are. We have to fix who we are. I'm not saying that black men aren't flawed. We're very flawed. I've seen some of these effeminate black men come at me and act crazy and talk shit to me and, you know, just show how weak they really are. I've seen this. So I understand where, you know, some of these sisters are coming from with some of you dudes. So some of you dudes aren't worth dating. You're not. And I've seen that from my perspective, how you interact with other people. That you aren't worth dating, and I see why they don't want to date you. But again, that's in very small doses. That's not the majority. But I have seen some of the behavior from some of these guys that these women loathe, you know. But again, at the end of the day, you have to learn from your mistakes, and some of these girls are not learning from their mistakes. What's good, young man? They're not learning from their mistakes. They continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over and over. You know, that's the one thing we get in life. We get time to make up for the mistakes we made. We don't always get a lot of time, but we get time to really make up for those mistakes that we have made. You know? Okay, let's see. All right, I want y'all to listen up. I'm going to take a couple of phone calls, just a couple. I'm not going to take that many. So let's keep the calls brief. Okay, don't stay on the line too long because I may have to cut you off. Don't take offense to it. I want to get through some of these calls, man. And again, I want to tell you, dudes, stop sending me videos from these female content creators. I have no issue with them and what they want to say on their platforms. I'm not going to make response videos to them if that's what you're saying. But some of these particular females may make points that I don't necessarily agree with. But I'm not going to sit here and make response videos because y'all don't like what they're saying when you can easily ignore them. You know, some of you dudes got to learn how to ignore instead of sharing their fucking content. Y'all gonna fuck around and have me interview them on my show. But Jay, I thought you disagreed or didn't like them. No, you don't like them. Stop sending me their content. You live with Jada Black. What's up? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just chiming in.
All right.
I saw the topic and I agree and disagree, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So I'll give the reasons why I agree. I think that sometimes people can self-sabotage, and that may be why they're single. You know, and now if you want to be single, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can completely understand why somebody would want to be in a relationship or get married. Me, myself, you know, I don't want to have children. So it's like if I get married, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter to me because I know that most men want to start a family. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But I think that people can self-sabotage themselves and find them and make it harder for themselves to get into relationships, like, you know, just not having yourself together. You know, you want to be in a relationship, you want to potentially get married, you want to potentially build with somebody, but the things that you should be working on within yourself, you're not, like your credit, You know, you may get married and you may want to buy a house. How are you going to do that if you don't have good credit? You know what I'm saying? You may not know what you want to do in terms of a career. It's a lot of things. You know, when you get into a relationship, especially if you're 30, you know, when you're young, it's a little bit different because when you're young, you're kind of trying to get to the point where you can become stable. So that's understandable. If you're in your 20s, your early 20s, you're in college, fresh out of high school, it's a little bit different. But if you're in your 30s, you know what I'm saying, the dating is different. So you want to put your best foot forward. And most people do not reach financial stability prior to their 30s. So when you're 30, you want to put your best foot forward, and you want to, you know, which means that if you're interested in dating, my thing is, I feel like whatever it is that you require of that person, you should have. So you have a lot of people who you want a person who has a car, but yet you take the bus. You know, you want a person who can cook and they can clean, but yet your house looks a mess. Right. You know, and that's for male and female. I see more so women having all of these high standards, but they don't meet any of that criteria themselves. And then they want to bash men for having any type of standard. You know, a lot of people having kids out of wedlock, and it's sabotaging your dating because, you know, the creme de la creme of the dating world, they may not want to be a step-parent, things like that. But on the flip side, I also see a lot of people, both male and female, running behind trash. Once again, you know, we all make mistakes. Most of us have an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, which clearly shows that we picked the wrong person. That's why they're ex. Right. That's fine. You don't have to. You should be able to come out of a relationship without a baby.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why you were in a relationship and you had a baby because y'all were in love, but yet y'all were not married. That right there, that's self-sabotage. I also see a lot of people, not for nothing, I'm going to be honest, I see a lot of females who they don't have their shit together, they really don't have anything to offer, and dudes be falling all over them. And I be like, does she have glitter in her coochie? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, she look good. Dudes are willing to ignore certain things, unfortunately, if she look good.
But sometimes they don't even be drop dead gorgeous. They just be alright.
Well, obviously she doing something to win them over.
They doing dick splits, obviously.
You know
what I'm saying? And also, I see a lot of, I see a lot of men. You know, I see a lot of men picking women who are dishonest, disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when she went, or they're a hoe. You know, and then when she does you dirty, all of a sudden, all women ain't shit. It's just like, no, it's that hoe that you picked, that hoe over there. Same thing for women. You know, a lot of women, you pass it for a good man because you wanna chill with Raekwon, and Raekwon is smoking 12 blunts a day, and you want to help him become a better man. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your 20s and you're young and you're naive and you don't know any better, okay, fine. But once you hit 30, because like I said, once you hit 30, ain't no excuse. There's no excuse.
Right.
It's understandable for a man to be in his 20s and he may not be where he wants to be financially yet. Okay, understandable. You know what I'm saying? Listen, things are getting more expensive. You know, a lot of college graduates are staying home because it's so expensive. Even with a degree, sometimes it's still hard to find a job. That's understandable. Yeah. But once you hit 30, or you're at an age where you're ready to get married, like there should be no excuses. You should have worked on yourself to the point where whoever it is that gets you, you know that they're getting a prize because you're giving them the absolute best version of you. And I don't see people doing that. A lot of people are choosing to be single either because they're trash and they don't have no choice, or, you know, in all honesty, Jay, if you're a good person, you're going to struggle dating because it's hard to find a good person. It's hard enough to find.
Like do you really think so? Because to me, like I've seen chicks, man. I don't even know the dude. I can tell, man, that shit ain't gonna work. This off the demeanor, this how the chemistry is, like just being around each other. Like you can already see a train wreck, and it's like, well, she don't see that.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. But for people who are, like, for someone who's just for someone, a man who has a career, who has good credit, who has his own business, who has his own car, his own house, and he don't have no kids, good luck. Good luck finding a decent person. It's going to be hard. Why? Because we live in a society that promotes narcissism. Social media feeds right into that. You know what I'm saying? We live in a materialistic society, a society where everything that's promoted is money, money, money. It's going to be hard to find somebody. Most people are not capable of honoring their own wedding vows in sickness and in health. So death do you part. Most people is not sticking around till a nigga dies. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard, and I feel like it's better to be single and happy than to settle and be in a relationship where you're stressed out. So you kind of have to find what is and what isn't for you. You know, if you know that you've worked on yourself, and you are the best version of you, I feel like, you know, not to get religious, but if it's God's will for you to be with somebody, you'll be with somebody. But you shouldn't lower your standards or just become a sanitation worker and you picking up wild trash. And by wild trash, I mean people. You know, but you have a very valid point.
Yeah. All right, Lyle. Well, I appreciate you calling in. I'm trying to get to 1 or 2 more calls, but thanks for calling in. All right.
No problem. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Shout out to Law Original with the call. She always made some good points from a female perspective. You know, main female callers will call in, always offering a good perspective. You know, but yeah, man. I could tell you a story, man. I remember this guy years ago. This was years ago. May have been about 7, 8 years ago. This guy came over to my uncle's house to cut his hair, right? I didn't know he was getting his hair cut by this guy. I walked out one of the back rooms, and he was just sitting on the couch, and his girlfriend knew my uncle, right? And she was doing all the talking. He was just sitting there quiet. Like, wasn't saying nothing, wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, just sitting there. Like, you know how a kid would sit when his mother's, like, talking to her friends, or she's in the, like, she's paying a bill or something, and he tagged along or something. That's how it seemed, man. Now, the dude was a little bit younger than the woman, but it was almost like he was with his moms, man. Because I walk through the hall, and I look to my right. I see this. I say, who the wise man just sitting there quiet on the chair, man? You know? So, man, that's just some of the shit excuse me. This is just some of the stuff you can see just from a male perspective, looking at some of these dudes, man. Like, we can see their energy. You know? He ain't leading that relationship. She telling him what to do. She told him to go sit on over there. Go take out the trash. Make sure this house clean when I come back. And that's just, I'm telling you, man, we as dudes, we can see stuff. Women should want our perspective. You know, they should want our perspective. We have a very good perspective, man. We can see through these dudes, man. But y'all act like y'all don't want to hear nothing from us. So that's why a lot of dudes just say, fuck it. I ain't saying nothing. You know, I'm not saying nothing. That's y'all situation. Because at first I'm thinking, well, maybe that's her son. Nah, that's her boyfriend. I'm like, oh. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Raiders 48 Gates. I appreciate it, bro. Because I'm the type of guy, I'm very observant. Like, I could sit, you know, on the other side of the room. Everybody else is on one side, I'm on the other. I'm just reading people all day, just reading their body language. I can do that all day. You know, I can do it all day. And I've seen too many of those type of relationships, man, where the female is not only the breadwinner, she's a decision maker. He's basically there to keep her company. The dude is basically there to keep her company. He's not really contributing anything to the relationship except giving her D and making her feel good about herself, you know, or for her to have somebody. It's like K. Michelle. K. Michelle's only with that dude so she won't be considered single and bitter. So when people say, oh, you're just single and bitter, she'll be like, well, she kind of got this guy, right? I think women should want a male perspective, you know, but when they refuse to listen to us, they think that we're just being angry and bitter and hateful. No, man, come on, man. If you don't want our perspective, that's fine. You can learn on your own. You know. I mean, yeah, there are guys that look at Lamar Odom, man. Lamar Odom is clearly with a woman who's basically taking care of him, making all the decisions. You know, he's just bankrolling it. He's in that relationship. He's in that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Where she's basically the decision maker. You know, they kicked the one female that was, you know, basically his, you know, a woman leading him. But let me just say this though: women can be very nurturing to their own detriment. You know, to their own detriment. You know, they could be nurturing. I think they can be too nurturing to some of these guys. You know. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Jay? It's Mike Dwayne from New York. What's going on, man?
What's good, man?
Hey, I'm chilling.
All right.
Yeah, this topic is real good. I mean, I was late to the topic, but
okay.
Yeah, from what you're saying is really serious right now. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like in my opinion, a lot of people should just not. I wouldn't say stay to themselves, but they should really explore life instead of like exploring like dating or just like competition and dating other people for that matter. I think so I was in a relationship like about 2 years back, and I felt like it was rushed, so I had to I think I was like a simp. Yeah, I was a simp at the time, so I didn't really know about like the red pill, the red pill aspect and the red pill community and stuff. So I ignored all the red flags, or most of it. So once you broke up with me, I kind of just stayed to myself and just realized that you shouldn't really you shouldn't just go around and like rush into dating because you don't really know yourself.
Right.
And if you think like if it's a you problem when it's dating, then you shouldn't do it. And I try to give advice, or even not just advice, but I'll tell people my experiences with stuff and as far as dating, and people really wouldn't listen. Yeah. Like they'll listen, but they wouldn't take it, and that's fine. You don't have to take the advice or the experiences that I've had. But they will continue to do the same thing that I'm telling them that is not best to do, and then they get really upset with not just me, but they'll get upset with like the entire gender. Say if I told one woman that this is not a good thing to do, and she does the exact opposite, she'll just be bitter and say like, why are men like this? I'm like, I'm telling you, like, this is not all men. If you think all men is like this, then I'm just going to assume that you dated all the men on this planet. That just makes you really bitter and like childish in a way. And you made that topic about K. Michelle. That I keep seeing that video, and it was like really hilarious to me because she wouldn't even let one of the callers talk. Yeah. And I think it was a married man too. He was a married man. So she's telling her like, yo, you're being very bitter, like. And he was giving some straightforward advice. Listen to some logic right now, because hello? Yeah, I'm here, bro. Go ahead. I'm letting you talk. You hear me? No. I thought my phone was messed up. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Yeah, and instead of trying to understand what the caller was saying, she was saying things like, "You want a cookie? You think that you're a better man because you married and stuff." I'm like, you need to. A lot of women, especially men too, but a lot of women, they do need to listen and actually understand what a male or a female is saying, especially if both genders, they have logic and saying their statements to them, because they're trying to make you feel important. They're not trying to belittle you or hinder you or anything. They're giving you great advice, and I feel like people just need to listen instead of just ignoring and going, their own instincts, especially if they know that it's not working.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate it. Okay?
No, thank you, man. Peace and love, man.
All right, you too, man. Shout out to him for calling in. Yeah, man. If most women listen to us, they wouldn't have most of the issues they have in relationships because they will understand what I'm used to this, but maybe if I do this, it'll work out. Taking a risk is tough, I know. It's easy staying in the comfort zone when it comes to what you're used to. But dating multiple men that are abusive to you, that is a choice. You're choosing to date these guys, and I think that deep down you know that they're similar to the next guy, and you ignore those warning signs. Outbursts of anger, super controlling, manipulative, always putting his hands on you. Those are red flags, man. You can't ignore those. But it's either, I guess women see those guys as alpha males. Must be, because if you're constantly dating a guy who's abusive, you see the warning signs and you're like, well, he's different than these guys. And look what happens. I may take one more call. If not, I'll just call it a show. Or call it that'll be it for the calls. Wasn't gonna take too many calls, just maybe a couple. Okay, that person called and then phone went down. Right, Marie. Don't ignore those warning signs. The warning signs are always gonna be there, man. And nobody's pulling the wool over these people's eyes, man. You ignore those signs, man, you're gonna only be a detriment to yourself. But you don't want to be. You want to be happy, but you gotta choose the right person. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, what's poppin', Jay?
What's good, man?
Yo, man. These women, man, they don't want no good guy, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want that alpha, dominant male. To lie to him, promise him a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And just be that description.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like, nice guys finish last.
Mm-hmm.
They always do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a woman is created, and just being traumatized, so she don't know what's good for her.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman always want to try to fix things.
Mm-hmm.
She want to fix that bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy part is, I'm a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But I try to be a good guy.
So you a bad guy, but you trying to be good, huh?
Yeah, man, because it's like when I was a bad guy dogging them out,
Uh-huh.
it was like, oh, they wanted me. But as soon as I became that good guy and trying to be loyal,
Uh-huh.
that's when, you just get played.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that does happen.
And I got played.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I continue to keep my foot on their neck. And
Okay.
just like, I just let them know, like you could be replaced. Like, it's nothing. Like, all that Walt Disney fairy tale life,
Uh-huh.
I don't believe that shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, it's like being married and all like that, finding a good woman, all like that, and I look at what's going on, especially with Derek Fisher and, and see with Amarion, his baby mom and all like that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much fuckery, and it's like traditional women, today's woman is just done. So I just continue just to treat them terrible because that's what they want. I hated them out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about like I get them some good, and I dip, and then they'll blow my phone up, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just don't got time for laying up, catching all emotions and all like that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I smash, I nail them out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just did, because I don't give women no time to bash me, because I got my shit together.
Okay.
I got my own crib, all the necessities.
Yeah.
I got my shit together. I work for myself, all that. So women can't give me nothing.
Right.
So all she can't say nothing either. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just it's like cutting that line off where the stereotype where a woman taking care of black woman taking care of black men. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I be watching my homeboy. He be spitting a lot of game the way it was passed down to me and my uncles.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Steph is cold. He be spitting a lot of game on his channel too.
Okay.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? My uncles always told me that a man is supposed to give a woman direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A man, you know what I'm saying? A man, when it comes to a woman, is not supposed to be giving a man direction, because a woman is supposed to always be curious. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys become that beta simp cuck. And then your woman's giving you direction, and all like that, giving you purpose. Your woman telling you what to wear, telling you how to dress, telling you how to talk, telling you how to make your money.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing pedestalize a woman like this? Like, that's where the dysfunction come in right there, because you gotta let a man be a man. The man's goal is to lead, and the woman's supposed to follow.
I agree.
And a lot of guys, they let a lot of women down by pedestalizing a woman more than they self. You're never supposed to pedestalize a woman. Never. I would never
agree with that.
pedestalize a woman.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, you definitely should be doing that, because when you do that, you know what I'm saying, you're just going to end up played. And that's just simple and plain, because they're going to always want that alpha, that dominant male figure, especially when it comes to the bedroom. And they wonder why they love us Pookies and us Ray Rays, for the simple fact that we got that alpha dominant in the bedroom and in life, that I don't give a fuck attitude.
Right.
And that's what they yearn for.
Okay.
But yeah, though. But again, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this may not work for every dude. Some dudes, they play their game different. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes, they get by.
Some dudes, they definitely walk their own path. They walk their own. Everybody walk their separate paths, man. Yeah. But all right, bro. Yeah. I got to get to some more of these calls, man. I got a lot of these calls. They hitting the line as soon as you called in, bro. But thank you for the call, okay? they ready.
You already, Jake.
All right,
keep your head up, bro. I'm about to donate to your channel right now.
All right, do it. Appreciate it, man.
All right, bro. Bye.
Right, shout out to him, man. We got these calls coming in, man. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jaye from North Carolina.
What's good, man? Shout out to North Cat. What's good?
Nothing much, man. I think, man, people have a problem with these relationships because that's what they be looking for. And there's nothing wrong looking for it, but I mean, if you go look for a relationship, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, pretty much know yourself. Know, you know what I'm saying, know what you want. You know what I'm saying, like, you're not guaranteed certain shit in life. You know what I'm saying? People gotta realize that you're not guaranteed certain stuff in life. And just because, you know what I'm saying, somebody may say that, oh, this relationship will make you happy and will make you, no, it won't. Only yourself, only you can make you happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can only add to somebody else's happiness. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's out there that's wondering why women doing this or women wondering why men doing this, man, people just need to worry about themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People need to worry about themselves, and then maybe they could bring somebody into their life and know how to handle that person accordingly.
I agree, man, and that's all. Yeah, that's all. It's all a part of self improvement, self love. Because I think a lot of people need to self love themselves first when they try to go and get in any type of relationship. You know.
Right, and then too, man, we live in a time where people don't want to admit that people know what they're doing. Like, people know what they're doing. People ain't just out here doing stuff to be doing it. People make choices and they choose to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said, like people gotta respect other people's choices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't worry about if something didn't go your way or somebody ain't for you or something like that. Just worry about yourself. Focus on yourself. Whether that be you just taking care of yourself, you getting to know yourself better. You know what I'm saying? Just like people got to stop being worried about the other side so much or whatever, because you can't control what somebody else do or what somebody else is going to do at the end of the day.
No, you can't. That's why
You know
I think too many people do though. They try to care about other people's business and how they live their life and decisions that they make. There is a lot more that I'm noticing going on, you know, that shouldn't be.
Right. And I personally feel that people just don't have nothing better else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't have nothing else better else to do, so that's why they're not focusing on themselves. You know what I'm saying? And focusing on yourself don't necessarily mean that you got to do this, that, and the third. It's just sometimes you just need to focus. Everybody can improve themselves a little bit or whatever, but that's not saying improving yourself for somebody else. Just improving yourself just for yourself. Know yourself first before you want to go out here and know somebody else, because once you get into it, you in it. And when you get into it with the other side, you got to be able and ready to handle whatever come with that, because you jumped into that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with nobody jumping into anything or nobody wanting to have a good relationship or anything like that. It's just know what you're getting yourself into or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just know what you're getting yourself into. And if you decide to get into it with the other side or whatever, you got to accept everything that come with that person. You got to be able to accept everything that come with that person, the good and the bad or whatever, if you really are going to go there with that person. But if you not go there with that person, don't pursue that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people jump into these relationships really going there.
Yeah.
And when shit don't go their way, it's all messed up. The world is all messed up. People, women ain't shit, man ain't shit, or whatever. When first of all, before people jump into that relationship, they gotta really ask themselves, are they really ready to handle this other person? Because we all people, we all capable of doing anything.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when you jump into that relationship, and we all got expectations. We all don't want to be hurt. We all don't want these bad things to happen to us.
Yeah.
But but if you're gonna really jump into that relationship, if you're gonna really give yourself to somebody, you have to be willing to accept what's gonna come with that.
Right. I agree. And
because,
go ahead.
No, what was you about to say, sir?
No, yeah, because that would alleviate a lot of the bitterness that I've been seeing, especially recently, from people, and them thinking that, well, dating different races of people change things, and that, you gotta look inward before you look outward. You know.
Right. And this is not nothing complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't hard. We all love each other. It ain't hard to want to be with somebody or to love somebody or want this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
But people gotta be willing to accept what come with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't, because it ain't no fairy tale. It ain't. This is reality, and in reality, real shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
So people gotta first understand. People gotta understand and be willing to accept what's gonna come with this if I give myself to this other person. Am I willing to accept everything that's gonna come with that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as far as people making bad decisions on choosing the wrong partner or whatever, people are human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying? Like you never know who could have sparked something in somebody or something. You know what I'm saying? You never know how somebody really felt about the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree, bro. But I appreciate the call, man. I gotta get to some more of these calls, man. But thanks for calling in, bro. Okay.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. One love, bro.
All right. Appreciate that. All right. Shout out to the brother for calling. That's a good call. I need to get to some more of these calls. I had 2 missed calls on this last one. So y'all call in. Silverman, I'm speaking on race because of the amount of content I've seen on it. You know, if you want to focus on everybody in the world, you do so, bruh. You have my full blessing to do so. If you want to focus on the world, okay? I see you, Gerald. Yeah, man, I've been letting people really speak on it because the calls have been in and out. But the calls just started out of the blue on my last call before this one. People just started calling in. So that's why I was letting the calls linger a little bit. But yeah, man, maybe I'll get 1 or 2 more callers. Oh, okay, so man, it's cool. Let's see. Maybe 1 or 2 more callers I want to call in. Shout out to the super chatters. Sonny super chatting. Appreciate that, Sonny. Support, Jay. Appreciate the support, Sonny. Sonny with the support, man. You know. You live with Jada Black. What's good?
Hey, what's up, Jada? I just want to piggyback on what the caller before me had mentioned.
Okay.
He was talking about getting to know yourself, and I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, another thing is I don't think people are patient.
Mm-hmm.
Today they want, like, they may be looking for someone that's like already ready-made, you know, house, car, whatever, you know, and I think some people, they lack a little patience and they don't want to put in the grind work to build something. And I see a lot of, you know, even, you know, if you look on dating profiles or whatever, some women, they say, oh, you know, they want to build something, but I think if you look at yourself, see, you know, everyone has pros and cons. Build yourself up, and then ask yourself, like, what things am I willing to be patient and help someone to build with? You know, what characteristics am I looking for and am I lacking? And I mean, that's a serious conversation. So I think what the caller said, looking inside, taking that information, and being honest with yourself and say, okay, you know, can I meet someone that, you know, they're not going to be perfect. Nobody is perfect, but what can I build with someone, you know, that I'm willing to put the grind in with, you know, that's all I want to say.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, thanks for the call, then. I appreciate it, bro. All right.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it, man. We'll call one. Let's get to it. Are you live with Jada Black? What's going on? God damn. Well, if that was you, your phone dropped. So I don't know why. But y'all call back in. Okay. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Dollar Wash. I appreciate that, Dollar. Salute to Dollar. He's part of the chat elite. Shan Jar. I see you, Shan. Make sure y'all like the stream. I know I'm going to see some dislikes. I have the same dislikes from the same 4 or 5 people or 4 or 5 accounts. From people that can't stand to watch me, but watch me anyway, just a thumbs down. What a bunch of losers. Why would you watch videos and live streams that you don't like? You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
What's going on, Jay, man? My name is Kevin. I am from Charleston, South Carolina.
What's good, Kev? Shout out to Charleston. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Salute to Charleston. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I just needed your opinion on something, like quick, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right. So what's going on is I got a wife.
Okay.
And my wife seems like she's best friends with her mom, and we had a baby girl. We had a daughter. But check this out. They didn't even got into labor. Like, they had everything set up, to come see my baby been born.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a big deal, or should I just let that slide?
You saying they won't let you see the baby?
No. Like, they didn't call me in when she been in labor to see my baby been born. She had a C-section, so it was
okay. Okay.
And I was calling, nobody answered the phone. And they gonna tell me 2 days later my daughter was born.
Wow. And that's your wife? That's from your wife?
That's the wife, dude.
Oh man, was another guy in your stand-in there? I mean, like
no, it's her mom. It seems like she's best friends with her mom.
Yeah, man. That's fucked up. Man. If you're expecting a newborn and they waited to tell you about it, that's fucked up, bro. You definitely got to talk to her and her moms, man. Figure this out. Something ain't right.
I mean, right, definitely. I really needed your opinion. If I was thinking too much of it, it's just I got to talk to her about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. All right. Salute to the caller. You wanted some advice real quick? You wanted some advice? I'll give him some advice. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Jenna? I see you, Jenna. Jenna, maybe you'll call in. Yo, Wody, try again, Wody. Too late. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Am I on the show?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Shoot, nothing, man. I've just got some advice of what's going on. Basically, I think that what the biggest problem with everybody right now is that a lot of people get into relationships and they're not self-respecting.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, if you don't have any self-respect, then how can you expect anybody to really even treat you any way that is acceptable,
mm-hmm.
or that you're going to be able to carry on in the relationship?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely needs to be respect.
So, yeah, that's the biggest thing I think that goes on
mm-hmm.
with people in this day and time is just that there's not enough self-respecting people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I have to say kind of to the topic. I mean, if we're big on respect amongst each other, then a lot of things will, I guess, come into place. A lot of relationships will prosper because of it.
That's a good point. Definitely need respect out here. That's a good point, bro.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I can say, Jaye, man. Keep doing your thing on your show.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate the call too, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man. Take care.
You too, man. Shout out to him with the call. Definitely, respect is most key in relationships. Most key. If a woman doesn't respect you, that relationship is not going to go well. Man, that's going to be toxic as hell. But for the brother in Chucktown, bro, yeah, you definitely need to look into that. I'm not gonna say that something's going on, but what I'm gonna say is you definitely need to talk to somebody. You live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, Jay.
What's good? It's Jenna.
How are you feeling? Yeah.
What's up? What's happening?
How are you feeling?
I'm good right now. I'm good, man. It's just cold as fuck outside now, but I'm good,
Well, I kind of just came in a little bit late, so I have no idea what's really going on, but I can kind of have an idea about the struggles of dating. I think somebody had made a good point recently, and I think they said something about it's kind of different when, you're in your early 20s, because as you can tell, I'm only 21, of course, and I'm in college. So right now, I'm in the process of, just trying to figure myself out right now as well, before really trying to figure out anybody else. So I feel like it's best at this time of age to kind of like figure yourself out before you can kind of like mingle with somebody else. A lot of people that are in my age group are very desperate right now, especially because it's kind of getting cold outside.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of like tell people to kind of like, kind of ease off of it a little bit and kind of like, figure who you are first before you try to compliment somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely. You're definitely at that age where you're getting yourself together, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're 21. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. You're a smart girl, right?
I'm still in the process of figuring it out right now. I'm just worried about myself right now and trying to figure out what's best for me. That's pretty much what I've been doing right now and stuff like that. And because I've been focusing on myself, good things have been coming into my life. So I'm actually very, very grateful, and I really appreciate it. I just hope that people who are older than me, they kind of like really find their inner selves and kind of just progress as a person.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. I will say that.
But that's all I just wanted to say.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for the call, Jenna. Your perspective, I appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, you have a good night now.
Oh, you too. All right.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Shout out to Jenna for the call. I think this is Walter. You're live with Jada Black. Is this Walter?
Yeah, this is Walter, man.
What's up, man?
Once again, here I'm at work.
Okay.
Again, I'm here at work, checking in and checking out the show.
All right.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this topic. I came in a little bit late, and I mean, there's so many different things that I heard from so many different callers that I like. I like some stuff that I was saying, some good points made here and there.
Okay.
Only some slight disagreement, but I mean, I guess what I can add to the conversation, my perspective as a man in my early 30s.
Okay.
That now that I've focused more on making myself happy, you know what I mean, and coming across all different types of red pill content, what do you say, PUA content, through my years, dealing with different types of females that I've dated and experienced, you know what I mean, I got more focused on just doing what I want to do, make me happy. And I noticed too, I mean, it just keep it soft. When you're single, when you don't have kids, you're gonna save way much more money. I mean, you're gonna have much more money.
Definitely.
You're gonna be doing your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yes, of course, I still think to this day because I am a man, and we do have the ability to father children until the day that we die in most cases. But I don't feel pressure. I don't feel pressure. I don't feel the need to rush to go look for a relationship, look for a woman, look for somebody. You know what I mean? Look for a significant other. Because if my only goal is to father a progeny, or father a child that I could raise up and partake some of my knowledge of, and hopefully make a way better for them. In most cases, if I keep myself healthy, exercise, workout, and I got some funds that I done saved up and got some type of generational wealth, I don't feel that pressure. Now, I know it's slightly different for women because we are dealing with that biological clock, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to some women. I notice now, like a lot of women my age group now, they're looking for that person to settle down with. But my mind frame is totally different. So I can be somewhat standoffish because it's about that paper first. I got to spend too much to get to know you, spend too much money on you trying to get to know you. It's not appeasing to me because at the end of the day, it still may not come enough because what? A lot of women nowadays, those that are trying to make their own way, like kids getting away or they're not interested in having kids. Like one of the callers got on early and said she don't want children. If a woman, you know what I mean, I'm with and she comes to tell me, that's not something that she's interested in, it's a waste of time for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm thinking of taking it at that level. But so many calls you got calling in, you know what I mean? I just throw a little bit of juice in there, man. There's so many other thoughts I got in my head, but I ain't gonna monopolize the conversation. I'm gonna throw a little bit here and there in the chat. Let y'all do y'all thing, man.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
Get the chance to get on.
Okay, cool. I appreciate the call. All right.
For sure.
All right, cool. Salute to you, man. Shout out to the calling in at work. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on? Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's good, man. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something, man. Like, I really enjoy this topic you're doing so far, man. And I'm enjoying everybody on the live stream. I got a chance to call in and say some things, you know.
Okay,
real
cool.
Good work, man.
Cool.
I just wanted to say about this topic. We just live in a day and age, man, where you just got to be aware, you know, man, got to be aware of what's going on. You know, we can't be naive like we've been, like some of us have been in the past. You know, I could think, if I could be transparent with you, if you don't mind, I want to say sometime in 2014, just piggybacking on what you were saying about how women tend, like, when things don't go their way, tend to talk about why men are like this or why men are like that. It seems like people tend to listen and share their opinions on it, and it's kind of like give them the pity party. But when men do it, you know, we talk about why women are this and why that. When things don't go our way, we look at it as like a chump, you know, or we looked at as if, like, something wrong with you or something, like. Not just talk about, think about in 2014, I went through that. I did a post in 2014. It was like on Facebook, and I was talking about like why women are like this or women like that, and I had to, you know what, I kind of regret doing that, you know, 5 years ago, because I was thinking about it, like, really, you know, when I think about it now, and my whole perspective of how women nature is, you know, and how I kind of opened my eyes to how women nature is, I'm blessed and understand it now, you know, because it's like, back then I didn't understand how human nature, female nature, woman nature was about, because it was like, back then, you know, I just thought, you know, how can somebody not like somebody that's a good guy, that's doing all the right things, that got a good job, that got a good head on his shoulders. But really nowadays, it ain't really all about that, man. You know. So nowadays, you got to be about, you know, just keep doing what you're doing and being about the best, being a better man, and because nowadays these women, some of these women looking chasing after they going after the bad boys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I'm glad you brought that up, man. You know, I'm glad for this topic because like also we're, you know, everybody, you know, just gotta focus on themselves. Like one of the guys said,
yeah,
we gotta focus on ourselves. We gotta get better us. If you didn't become, I'm gonna say this to everybody that's watching, man. Like if you didn't do everything you were supposed to do in 2019, and things didn't really go the way it's planned, try to start fresh. We're going into a new year, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Start fresh, you know, start over, man. You know, all the stuff that Jay Black is giving you and all the wisdom he's giving you, man, like, on some real, if you didn't do it this year, start out fresh, man. Start out the new year. We're going to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to stop fooling around and stop doing the same old stuff we did now, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all I had to say, man. I don't want people. I know you got other callers, so
yeah. Okay, cool, man.
Thank you for.
Well, I appreciate the call and what you had to say, bro. So, thank you. All right.
Yeah. All right, thanks, man. You have a blessing.
All right, you too, man. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to him with the call, man. I think I had one missed. So maybe I had to take one more caller. Y'all got about 2 minutes to call in, man. It just like when I have people on, it'd be like 5. It seemed like 5 people calling in. It might be 3, maybe 2. And then once the lines open up, it'll go quiet. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream. Okay? Make sure y'all like the stream. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to fix something. Trying to make sure this is fixed up there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. 2020 has creeped up on us, hasn't it? 2020 has creeped up on us. It's going to be a whole new, brand new year. Are we going to take the same baggage in there? You know, I've made some changes this year. I'm pretty sure some of you may have. Some people may have not. You know, it'll be a new year for us to continue to creep towards becoming, you know, better people all around. Stronger people. You know. Turn some of this passion or, you know, maybe anger we have and put it into building. You know. Yeah, it'll be like that, boy. Like if you're using, it depends on the device you use, will depend on your volume. Like you're using like a regular cell phone to your face, you know, the sound will probably come through than if you're using like a headset. Thanks, D-Stroke. I mean, I can try. I can only try to do my part, you know. I've had my own struggles. I've had things that I've second guessed myself, but I always try to do better and to strive for better. Okay, people, that's it for the calls. But yeah, I've struggled with certain things. I've tried my hardest to be as perfect as I possibly can, but you can't be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You got to be accepting of the fact that you're going to make mistakes, you know. We can't all strive to be perfect. We can only strive to do our best, you know. So, yeah, man, this is a very good show. A lot of good callers. Appreciate that. Shout out to Messy Thrills. Says it possible men and women have been damaged from past relationships and have never recovered, causing strain on new relationships go forward. That's what I'm seeing a lot now, Messy Thrills. I'm seeing a lot of people not recover from previous bad relationships, and that's why you see the bitterness coming out, you know. Oh, yeah, shout out to Real Virtue with his super chat. He said, black women are nasty sluts who will only submit to hoodlums. They date decent men. Okay, and that's according to Real Virtues. I mean, if that's your opinion, Real Virtues, see, I don't know all black women, so I can't make those type of proclamations, bro. No, Shan, this is not a safe space for black women hate. I told you I don't hate black women here. Now, you do got some of these guys that don't like black women that watch my shows, that be in my chat room, but I don't share the same opinion, just like with Real Virtue. Usually he talks about, you know, homosexuality, but this time he's talking about black women. That don't mean I agree with what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? But this is a safe space for Jada Black supporters. If you are a Jada Black supporter, this is a safe space for you. You know? But no, there's no hate from me to anybody. I've told people that I'm gonna end up interviewing one of these females that y'all hate so much on YouTube. If you keep sending me their goddamn content, you know. Now, Revert, you talk about gays and trans. That's what you be super chatting about the most, dude. And then you be want me to repeat what you be super chatting, man. All them times you super chat me about Young Buck and the trans female he allegedly was dating. Come on, bro. Shout out to D-Stroke at work right now, but damn, the stream is super lit. Damn, I wish I could be here for this. Well, I appreciate you. Super chatting, bro. And I know y'all at work, getting that work in. Nothing wrong with that. But as long as you here listening, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. But shout out to all the hard-working people who listen to the live streams live while they at work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you're gonna have people with different perspectives here. That's what makes my chat room unique, is because you're gonna have people from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sonny Robinson. Too much red pill can hurt you. Well, I think it's for the people who are consuming the wrong type of red pills. You know what I'm saying? They're consuming the knockoff bootleg red pills. That red pill that's like maybe 5% of what it should be. It's 5% of what it should be. You know? That's what they represent, man. Okay. I think that's it for me, people. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I gotta go. All right. The stream is almost close to 2 hours. Y'all know I don't like to do 2-hour live streams. But shout out to all the support, man. I appreciate it. If you continue to support me, I will support you. I will do a lot of topics that y'all want to see. You know, and I will also reward the people that support me as well. Not fake support, real support. That's what we about here. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people come and go, and I've seen people stay, and you know, and they are representative of what my platform is. But yeah, this is a safe space for the Jada Black supporters. You know, this is a safe space for people that like what I have to say. Whether you're male or female, no matter what race you are, you know. We are inclusive like we're AEW. But salute to the chat, man. Like I said, man, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are in the description. Also, you can go to the email. You can send me emails. Okay? Send me emails. Love the emails. Where is it? Is it here? It's the email, man. All right, people. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all have a good night. And see y'all next live, all right?